Yo, what's going on, guys? It's me, Weep here, back with What If Naruto was Tsunade's grandson, part 5. For those of you who haven't seen the Senju Naruto series before, make sure to go up here in the top upper right hand corner where you can catch up and see this more confident, more powerful Naruto since the beginning. Anyway, it's been a while, so I'll give a little recap. Yeah, we'll do that. Last time in part 4, Naruto challenged Jiraiya, not believing that he was actually a Sannin. Having fought Orochimaru and his grandmother, Tsunade, several times, he knows that the power of the Sannin is nothing to joke about, and he wanted to teach this cocky, perverted old man a lesson. But not everything went to plan, because Jiraiya was actually who he said he was, and Naruto, his overconfidence got to him, with Jiraiya putting him in the ground, literally, a toad sitting on top of him. Now, Naruto has been humbled by Jiraiya, with Jiraiya promising to set him straight and teach him a new jutsu for the upcoming Chunin exams. That, of course, being the Rasengan. Now, after their fight, if you can call it that, Jiraiya would drag Naruto with him and accompany him to the bathhouse. Which, of course, Naruto didn't exactly agree to, but it's not like he could escape either, but, you know, he wouldn't mind taking a peek or two. And so he did. Naruto and Jiraiya got caught pretty quickly. And then Jiraiya left him there. Huh? Pervy Sage, where are you? Yeah, Naruto got left there. Naruto would get beaten up by all the girls while the toad would disappear, Jiraiya laughing and getting the kid back for all of his insults earlier. Naruto would show up later in the forest, having tracked him down, seeing Jiraiya and pointing him, saying that was a dirty trick, quite literally. And although he enjoyed the view, it's not like he's going to praise Jiraiya for it. Jiraiya would laugh, saying, now they're even, so we can actually start training. Naruto would shake his head, his face returning back to normal. Wait, we're training? Seriously? Alright, so what, are you gonna, teach me how to summon that big frog thing you did earlier, or... Jiraiya would laugh at this after considering the thought, saying that maybe he'll teach Naruto that jutsu later. But for now, there's actually a different jutsu that I think you'll be able to master before the Chunin exams start. A different jutsu? What's that? Naruto would ask. Naruto being more curious than mad about what Jiraiya had done to him earlier. Jiraiya would smirk, saying, well, you know how you have control over your Woodstyle, right? Well, then there's this jutsu. Suddenly, a ball of energy would begin to form in Jiraiya's hand, spinning itself into existence seemingly from nothing. This blue orb would be almost beautiful. Huh? What's that gonna do? Naruto would say, hearing this irritating spinning sound from it. Jiraiya would smirk, say, watch this, as he slams his fist into the tree nearby, the tree getting turned to splinters underneath the power of the Rasengan. Naruto's eyes would pop out of his head. Okay, it does seem like a pretty interesting jutsu. What is it? Naruto would now be inquiring from Jiraiya. Jiraiya was smirking and shaking his fingers, saying, if I'm really going to cheat you a jutsu from the Great Master Jiraiya, first you must call me the legendary Toad Sage of Mount Myoboku, Jiraiya of the Sannin. Naruto would say it quickly, and this would cause Jiraiya to be almost disappointed, asking him to say it again. Naruto would start walking away, saying he's not doing it, with Jiraiya coming over and saying he'll teach him Rasengan, alright? Rasengan, huh? So that's the name. Well, I'm guessing, based off of how the chakra looked, it's you spinning it really fast? Naruto would then be corrected by Jiraiya using the water balloon to explain. The Rasengan is actually a spinning, constructed mass of chakra, combined of chakra flow and chakra control. It's a shaping and flow mechanism that was created by the 4th Hokage. It's a jutsu that took him 4 years to learn, and something he passed on to me. Naruto would now be interested, wondering what a prior Kage could have created, asking him to teach him. Naruto would finally be listening, with Jiraiya giving his best to be a good teacher, especially now that he has someone with Naruto's expectations trying to listen to him. Jiraiya would sit on the ground telling Naruto to watch him, as he would show him these different steps of the Rasengan, using the water balloon to teach Naruto. Naruto would begin thinking about that he understood it, telling him to give it a try. Naruto would grab the water balloon and then begin to siphon his chakra into it just like he always did, using his Woodstyle jutsu. And then it burst. The water balloon just exploded, sprouts going everywhere. Jiraiya would correct him, saying, no, you can't you can't use your Woodstyle. You're mixing two natures. You're not supposed to use any nature transformation at all. This is just pure chakra. Huh? Okay. Naruto tried again, trying to mix the chakra, but this would be way harder than he had imagined. Naruto was so used to using nature transformations that it felt unnatural for him to just be using regular chakra. It felt weird. And he begins struggling. Getting irritated as he slams the water balloon on the ground, it bursting. Jiraiya would frown, telling Naruto not to get so angry about it, saying that he needs to take his time and master it slowly. Naruto would huff, saying that he's going to try it again, with Naruto staying up all night working on his Rasengan, to basically no avail, trying his best to make the water balloon spin and actually move the water inside without bursting the shape of the balloon. Jiraiya would think in his head that even though there's only 25 days until the Chunin exams, Naruto probably won't be fit learning it in that time. However, his work on chakra control should help him with Woodstyle and his other already created jutsu, so it should be effective in just raising him enough to at least score well in the exam, Jiraiya would be thinking. But this is not what Naruto is going for. Naruto, throughout the next 2 weeks, 14 days, will continue to improve and work upon his Rasengan day and night. Jiraiya being actually impressed by this seemingly spoiled, confident brat's attitude. Damn, he's actually putting effort into this, huh? Naruto really wanted to win. That's just the kind of person he is in this timeline. Naruto being the type of person to hate losing really only adds on to the rivalry than he had with Sasuke originally. Instead of just not wanting to lose to someone like Sasuke, it's him not wanting to lose to anyone, ever. His burning defeat and humiliation from Jiraiya being enough to push him and give him the drive to actually learn the Rasengan. By the end of 2 weeks, leaving them with over 10 days of time to train, Naruto would have successfully been able to create a Rasengan. He accomplished this through using his wood clones to help control the chakra. Having more hands to help siphon and spin the chakra had made it far of an easier process, and through that Naruto had been able to actually get the feeling of the Rasengan enough to be able to do it with one clone. Naruto would be satisfied with this for now. Considering that there was 10 days left, he figured that he'd be able to master it within that time. Jiraiya would stop him after having watched him actually being able to create a Rasengan and successfully destroy an area of ground around him. Holy, he actually did it. Jiraiya be thinking. It took himself almost a year to learn the Rasengan, even with Minato teaching it to him hand by hand. And it was an incredibly difficult jutsu to master. This kid. This is going to be something else. The final days before the Chunin exams would commence with little to no interruption from Jiraiya, just letting Naruto continue on his own training. And ultimately, Naruto would be forced to be satisfied with being able to form the Rasengan with the assistance of a Woodstyle clone to help him with molding the chakra. That is as far as Naruto would be able to get with creating the basic Rasengan before the day of the Chunin exam's second stage, the actual tournament arc, would begin. Now, something that would happen differently in this version of events is that just because of random chance and not all events happening the same way each time, the chance of Sasuke versus Gaara happening would be switched, with all the other competitors having their same exact opponents, except Naruto would be the one battling Gaara, and Sasuke would be fighting Neji Hyuga of the Byakugan. This is a fight that a lot of fans, including myself, have wanted to see throughout the series, with the Sharingan versus Byakugan fight never actually happening. So here it is for you, at least my interpretation of it. And we also get a Gaara with his sand abilities of the Kazekage versus the abilities of the first Hokage, being Naruto's Woodstyle, which should also make for a pretty interesting fight. Anyway, the festivities would begin with all the villages and their clan heads coming together, unaware of Orochimaru's presence on the battlefield. Of course, Sasuke doesn't have the curse mark yet in this timeline, so this is just base training from Kakashi Sasuke versus Neji. Events would pretty much play out just the same way they had in canon because, of course, the other fights being unchanged, except the fight with Gaara, the Kazekage's son, would actually happen earlier. Neji's fight being switched with Gaara's because Sasuke hadn't arrived yet. So there's no chance for Sasuke versus Neji to happen earlier because Sasuke's not there. So he's going to arrive at the same time as the original Gaara fight would happen, meaning that Gaara and Naruto's fight will be switched instead to where Neji versus Sasuke was supposed to happen. Naruto would enter the ring, squeezing his fist as he hopes that his grandmother's watching him. the two nations of the wind and sand obviously interested in this fight. One of them being the descendant of Hashirama Senju, and the other being a descendant of the very first Kazekage, that being Gaara. The hype for this fight would be almost on par with what the Uchiha versus Gaara fight was going to be like in the original canon, which is why there were so many extensions and things allowed because of the hype around the fight. But now, things were even higher, with two Kages now essentially battling it out in the arena. The announcer would count down. 3, 2, 1, start. A call would ring out over the battlefield signaling for both Gaara and Naruto to begin their fight. And Gaara wouldn't move a single muscle, his eyes even closed, completely ignoring Naruto and saying for him to get on with it already, confident that Naruto wouldn't even be able to land a scratch on him. This would piss Naruto off. Naruto in this timeline, being even more prideful and arrogant than he was originally, would not take kindly to this. You're really asking for it then, huh? Naruto would clasp his hands together, making the Woodstyle seal, creating a Woodstyle clone. The clone begins moving its hands quickly around Naruto's palm, forming the blue signature style of a Rasengan. Naruto would turn around and start running up the wall at a fast speed. Then, before turning on a heel and beginning to run down the wall to increase his momentum, the clone following behind him before disappearing, Naruto now holding the Rasengan on his own. This would be when Gaara would stand there, still, his eyes closed, ignoring Naruto completely. Naruto would charge forward at a blinding speed, slamming the Rasengan directly into Gaara's defenses. The sand trying to block it and getting completely whipped around into the wind. The sand being shattered and a huge explosion from the Rasengan, cracking all of Gaara's armor, giving him a concussion as Gaara gets sent sprawling across the battlefield. Everyone in the stands being in awe, and also a gasp going through seeing Gaara's overconfidence get shot right back into his face. In fact, some of the people from the stands watching would recognize the jutsu as being a signature move of the 4th Hokage, of course being the Rasengan. Gaara would touch his own face, feeling the bruise and wincing at the pain, not having experienced pain in such a long time. This would actually kickstart the events of the Konoha Crush plan far sooner than they would have been in the original, like 2 or 3 hours beforehand. So, Gaara began to transform into the one-tailed state, this initiating the plan for the Sand Village and the Sound Village to strike. Gaara began transforming into the one-tails, Naruto immediately realizing that something's going on with this guy. Damn it! Hey ref, cancel the match, something's happening to— Naruto would feel a ringing. Genjutsu! Naruto would quickly cover his ears and seal his eyes and mouth, now channeling chakra around his head to block the genjutsu before it could completely lull him into a sleep-like state. People in the arena began falling into sleep, passing out, the ref himself getting caught off guard, while Gaara simply continued to ignore the genjutsu and transform, now his entire right arm formed into a huge sand column, a huge fist. Naruto opened his eyes just in time as a huge sand billow would come crashing towards him out of Gaara's frustration and anger. Naruto would barely have time to jump to the side, the bullet slamming into the stadium wall behind him and crashing, creating a huge explosion, the wall being ripped to shreds. Naruto would chase after Gaara, who would have run off into the forest just like Sasuke would have in the original timeline, with everyone going into a mass pandemonium. Shinobi beginning to fight each other from both the villages, the Abu showing up, Orochimaru carrying out his plan of the Sound 4, creating a barrier, and inevitably killing the 3rd Hokage, Hiruzen. Those things would still happen because, for one thing, Tsunade and Shizune, along with Jiraiya, wouldn't even be in the village right now. Jiraiya had left, telling Naruto to do his best, of course, having to still go off and work on his spy network, and Tsunade had said she wasn't coming back for a while, having dumped Naruto there. So Hiruzen was effectively on his own against one of the Sannin and his students, Orochimaru. Anyway, back to the fight between Gaara and Naruto. Naruto would not be getting any help from Sasuke, like Sasuke had help from Naruto in the original timeline. Originally, Shikamaru and Sakura, along with Ino, were going to be coming with to follow Naruto to fight off Gaara, with Naruto turning around with red eyes, the Nine Tails beginning to get released on Naruto's seal in response to the presence of Shukaku. Naruto would turn, growling and telling them to go back to the stadium, saying that he'll take care of this. Naruto would run off at an even faster speed, leaving a dust of wind behind him. the two beasts going off to fight it out, I guess, by themselves. Naruto basically told them that they'd just be in the way, with Sakura getting even more annoyed at how overconfident he is. Shikamaru would sigh, saying he is right and it'd be better to work on other sides of the village, telling Sakura and Ino to split up and go work on something else, and that he'll follow Naruto alone in case he needs any backup from a distance. Shikamaru would then run off into the woods to follow behind Naruto, acting as his support in case Gaara becomes uncontrollable. Now, Gaara would turn around, beginning to strike back at Naruto, but here Naruto would have the advantage because he's in the forest. Using Woodstyle, the trees would begin to attack Gaara, Naruto utilizing Woodstyle to strike him from a distance before he could get in close. Naruto created another wood clone to create a Rasengan, trying to use this jutsu to get even further in. Gaara would turn, lashing out at Naruto and swiping with his claws, splashing across Naruto's stomach and blood splurting out. Luckily, Naruto would only get more pissed off by this, releasing more of the Nine Tails chakra. Naruto could feel himself getting stronger from the Nine Tails as well as his Woodstyle. Naruto deciding to release a little bit of the Woodstyle jutsu he's been using on the seal to keep it contained, and Tsunade had instructed him to. More chakra would pour out, giving Naruto a renewed strength as the scars on his stomach would begin to heal. Naruto's teeth would begin to elongate, the slit in his eye becoming even thinner as he can feel anger beginning to control him. Naruto would stop and continue and tighten the seal just a little bit to make sure he doesn't go completely all out and kill Gaara. Woodstyle. Yeah, I have enough chakra for it now. This should work. Deep Forest Emergence Jutsu! Using the main jutsu of the first Hokage, his great-grandfather, would overwhelm Shukaku. Gaara being fully knocked out as the One Tails would begin to rebuild itself into its massive form, now having complete control over the sleeping Gaara. The Deep Forest Emergence Jutsu being outgrown by Shukaku and being destroyed. Naruto would scream as he gets pushed back, falling to the forest floor, now looking up and seeing the huge monster. Damn it! Naruto began to loosen the seal on himself using more Woodstyle, beginning to feel the Nine Tails snickering inside of him.
Yes, Senju. Come on, release my seal a little bit more.
Damn it! Naruto's one tail began to form around himself as he has one last scapegoat idea. He had heard about it from Tsunade, that his great-grandfather had been able to use a special wood-style jutsu called the Wood Golem, a ginormous humanoid creature that could even battle against tailed beasts. Naruto would clasp his hands together to release all the Nine Tails chakra into this final jutsu. If this didn't work out, then he and everyone else would be dead. Woodstyle! Wood Golem Jutsu! Naruto would slam all of his chakra into creating a golem that was roughly 3/4 of the size of Hashirama's when he was battling against the Nine Tails. The golem would roar, being completely uncontrolled by Naruto, who had just passed out, as it would rip through the forest, striking at Shukaku. Two monsters unconsciously roaring and battling at each other. The golem wrapping the dragon around its neck around Shukaku and punching it into the ground, pummeling and ripping off limbs from Shukaku, eventually ripping off its tail as well. The golem would bite down on Gaara, with the entire tailed beast being once again sealed, the Woodstyle hardening around Gaara and completely sealing the One Tails. Luckily, Naruto and Gaara would both be unscathed, aside from Gaara completely being unable to use Shukaku's powers, and now subsequently being unconscious, being able to sleep for the first time in several years, according to Gaara. None of that power of friendship BS happens. Naruto doesn't compare himself to Gaara, just two kaiju battling it out, with Naruto taking the victory. Shikamaru would show up now, seeing Naruto unconscious, grabbing him and Gaara, before of course tying Gaara up and making sure he wasn't actually conscious. It would be around this time that the forces of the Sand and Sound Village would begin to escape, with Kakashi and Sasuke showing up just at the end of the battle. Sasuke wondering what the hell happened at the Chunin exams. In the distance, a huge roar could be heard as crashes that would shake the entire Leaf Village could be felt. Turning towards the sound of the noise, Sasuke would see it. A huge wooden doll battling a sand mountain. Sasuke would really have no idea what's going on, but after seeing the wood thing, would assume it has something to do with that brat Naruto. Sasuke and Kakashi would jump into the fray, fighting off the shinobi. Sasuke and Neji's fight obviously getting cancelled. But with that, the battle would begin to wrap up with Shukaku being defeated, Shikamaru bringing both Gaara and Naruto back to the Leaf Village, and things beginning to wrap up with the information that Orochimaru had killed the current Kazekage, Gaara's father, and everything else coming out. The third Hokage's funeral would happen, and that would wrap up the arc of the Chunin exams, with a new mission now forcing itself upon Jiraiya, and soon to be Naruto, with the issue of who is going to become the next Hokage. And that's a wrap for today. If you guys enjoyed part 5 for What If Naruto was a Senju, or aka What If Naruto was Tsunade's grandson, make sure to slap the like button and tell me any ideas you have down below. For the next couple of days / weeks, probably going into the end of January, I'm going to be trying to post hour-long videos that'll be wrapping up, basically finishing up and getting to the end of most of my currently ongoing series. The ones I'm certain of that'll be happening for right now are going to be What If Subaru was Sukuna's vessel, What If Subaru was a Dragon Slayer, What If Asto is Meliodas' son, and of course a few of the Naruto ones as well. If you guys are looking forward to that, make sure to slap the like button and look forward to those movies coming out. After that, I'm going to be going through a bit of a resurgence, hopefully. We'll see. I'll be working on some new content, specifically stuff like working on the What If Asta was Chainsaw Man and some of my newer What Ifs, as well as finishing up What If Goku had Kurama and Warlock Naruto. Anyway, if you guys are looking forward to all the series, then I hope you'll stick with me, and I'll see you then.